Hey everybody, I'm just doing a little fabric pot garden review on my deck. Uh, I've had a few gardens in the past and I've never really had any real success. I've always used plastic containers and nothing like this. I've never experienced anything like this before, where I'm just using a little 3-gallon fabric pot right there, and these Home Depot lids to help keep the plants watered. I mean, my plants are already 3 feet tall, and it's only May 28th, May 29th. I have multiple flower buds starting to appear. I don't know if I can get that in there. I mean, some of these plants already have like 8 or 9 flower buds on this 3-foot plant. And I mean, just the stems on these plants are massive already. I may have made a mistake because I don't really have much room on my deck, and I added these extra poles for height because I can imagine this plant's gonna get over 6 feet tall. This is the what do they call it? I can't remember. Something hybrid. It's like a big boy hybrid or something like that. Yeah. And then I have a cherry tomato plant here, which is also in a 3-gallon fabric pot. And I got 1, 2, 3 flower spots on that already. That's at least 20 tomatoes already, and that plant's only 2.5 feet tall. For as far as fertilization, I just used I mixed in with my Miracle-Gro potting soil. I used earthworm castings and Espoma garden tone. Oh, I remember the name of this is the Boxcar Willie. That's the name of this tomato plant. And this is just your normal cherry tomato plant. I am doing a little experiment. I have a 5-gallon fabric pot here, and I want to see how it compares to growth versus the 3-gallon. They're both Boxcar Willies. I'm also doing in 5-gallon fabric pots zucchini. I have 2 zucchini plants here. See if I can get a close up. I actually hand pollinated this one this morning. You can see I'm gonna have at least a dozen zucchinis out of this plant by July. It's actually out of control how well these fabric pots work. These are the 247 pots I ordered off of Amazon. I think it was like $13 or $14 for 5 of them. And then I can't remember the name of these ones, but these are 7-gallon pots. I'm growing eggplant in this one. The main reason why I went with the smaller pots is because I would have to use less potting soil. And I've seen a guy grow huge pepper plants in 1-gallon container, and huge tomato plants in a 1-gallon fabric pot. So I'm like, if these guys can grow this big a plant in a 1-gallon fabric pot, why can't I just go a little bit bigger and see what I can do? This is another Boxcar Willie in a 5-gallon. I got some cilantro over here, some basil, and some multicolor lettuce growing in this 3-gallon. I think I'm having some sort of aphid issue. I pulled off some green, some sort of green worm that was eating my kale. can see I got a bunch of holes in my kale. They haven't really messed with the other lettuce, like the tricolor lettuce or anything like that. They've only ate the kale. And I have some sort of other, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a lot of little white, I think they're aphids. I'm gonna have to do something about those. I got some basil here, and I'm growing 4 different types of peppers. Bell peppers, jalapenos, Thai chilies, and poinsettia peppers. I have anywhere from 3 gallon to 5 gallon to 7 gallon fabric pots for my pepper plants. And I'm just using some sort of drip hose because I want to be going away for a week, and I need to make sure that they get water in case it doesn't rain. So I just ran a hose on a timer. And another eggplant here and a 7 gallon. I also have some strawberries and some carrots in these 2 3 gallon pots. You can see the carrots are doing really well. And I'm doing a little test here because I heard that tomatoes and cucumbers, they work well with each other. So I have, granted, yes, it's just a 7 gallon. This is just a test this year. But I have a cherry tomato with a pickling cucumber plant in a 7 gallon container. All these pots have been treated with 2 tablespoons of Epsom salts to start off with. And yeah, I said earthworm castings I'm using the Espoma Garden Tone fertilizer, and just water every day. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. You can see the roots are starting to prune on the exterior of the pots, which is one of the things that helps the plants do so well, is the fact that the roots can get enough oxygen. And another benefit of the fabric pots and pruning is that instead of the roots hitting the exterior walls of like a plastic container, they keep spinning around and trying to find, a way out, and it just, the best way to explain it is the plant will send out more root shoots, and the entire container of soil will have more roots going through the surface of the soil rather than just around the outside of the pot. And what that does is it allows the plant to absorb more nutrients from the soil. And as you can see, I don't have one yellow leaf really on any of these tomato plants. Normally the bottom branches, as you can see, this one's not doing the greatest, but it's still decently healthy. Normally the plants will sacrifice some of the lower limbs and to produce energy up in the top of the plant to really grow and produce a lot of fruits to benefit its chances in tomatoes and seeds. Just the plants are just doing really well, and what these plants have only been out for maybe a month, so I'm pretty stoked. I didn't want to put the metal cages with the tomato plants because I really don't have much room on my deck, so I had bought these bamboo sticks, and I had some twine laying around. I'm just trying that out, see how that works. But yeah, zucchini's doing great. I don't know how big this is gonna get. I mean, they're only 5 gallon pots, and they're already starting to take over, but they're healthy. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do an update video in a month just to show the progress, see if the plants are still doing okay. And that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm not really good at doing video reviews, so I appreciate you if you watch this through. I've watched hundreds of hours of videos on YouTube on gardening, and try to pick up on a lot of people's mistakes so I don't make those. And I figured this could be maybe an all-in-one video for somebody, whether they think they can pull it off in a small pot on their deck. I do plan on using some synthetic fertilizer once the plants start producing fruit, like heavily fruit, because the Espoma Garden Tone is like it's a fertilizer that's like a slow release, and I have it on top of the soil, so the rain would need to hit it for it to fertilize the plant. So once they start producing heavily, I'll use a little bit of Miracle-Gro water soluble fertilizer just to keep the plant healthy and producing more fruit, because by the looks of it now, I'm gonna have more tomatoes than I know what to do with, and I'll be giving them away, and I only have 6 tomato plants. So alright, thanks for watching, and I hope this video was helpful for some of you. Comment if you have any questions, and like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.